Hello everyone, we're going to talk about preferred stock with stock warrants in this video. So company can attach a warrant, the right to buy a company's common stock, to a preferred stock. So when the preferred stock has a warrant, of course the price is going to be higher. The question is, how are we going to separate the preferred stock amount and the warrants amount, because they have to be reported separately. Okay, so this Belmont Corporation issues 1,000 shares, $100 per value preferred stock at the price of $120 per share. It attaches a warrant to its share of stock that allows the holder to purchase one share of $10 per common stock at $40 per share. Immediately after the issuance, the preferred stock begins selling X rights without the warrants, just the preferred stock, for $119 per share, and the warrants begin selling at $6 each. Assuming all warrants are exercised, Bellman makes a journal entry to record the issuance of the 1,000 shares of common stocks in exchange for the warrants and $40 per share. Okay, so the number of shares is 1,000, and then the issue price is 120, so we can calculate the total. 120 times 1,000 is $120,000. The preferred stock value, the the preferred stock par value is $100. So 100 times 1,000 is 100,000, and the exercise price is $40. That's the price the warrant holder has to pay to buy the company's common stock. So 40 times 1,000 shares is $40,000, and the par value for the common stock is $10, equals 10 times 1,000, so that's $10. Okay, so let's take a look at the market value of the two. For the preferred stock, there are 1,000 shares. The market value is 119 X rights. Okay, so total market value is 1,000 times 119. That's the total value without the warrants. And then for the warrants, 1,000 warrants, and the value is $6, just the warrant. So we multiply, total is $6,000 market value, and the two combined is $125,000. They sold it for $120,000, but the market value separately was $125,000 in total. So we can calculate the percentage that we are going to use for the allocation. 95.2% goes to the preferred stock, and 4.8% goes to the warrants. So let's make it a little bit larger. So 119 over 125 goes to preferred stock, and 6 over 120, 6 over 125 goes to warrants. So this is what we are going to use to allocate the $120,000 that we receive from selling the preferred stock and the warrants. So we can calculate 95.2% times 120,000 and 4.8% times 120,000. And if we calculate the total, it will show 120. So this is how we split the 120,000 into the preferred stock amount and the warrants. So when the company issued the preferred stock with the warrants, it would get, oops, should be on credit, should be on debit, should get cash 120,000, and then preferred stock at the principal amount. Okay, so that's the par value for the preferred stock, 100,000, and then additional paid in capital from preferred stock. Okay, like that. Because the preferred stock is allocated 114,240, 100,000 is the par value, so the difference is the additional paid in capital, which is 14,240. Okay, and then the rest will go to the common stock warrants, which is the 5,660. Just to check that the right hand side is 120,000. Okay, so that's good. So that's how we record the issuance of the preferred stock with the warrants. Now, the exercise price is $40. So if the market price is more than $40, of course, it's very, what do you call it? Profitable for the holder to exercise it. So assume all warrants are exercised. Belmont makes a journal entry to record it. Okay, so all $1,000 are 1,000 shares are exercised. See here. So the company is going to get cash, which is 1,000 shares or 1,000 warrants times $40 to purchase the common stocks. Okay, all these common stock warrants, because all of them are used to exercise the common stock, has to be debited. Common stock warrants, now it's 0. Okay, and then the common stocks is issued. There are 1,000 of them at the par. The par is this one, $10. So $10,000 is the par, and the additional paid in capital, this is coming from common stock, is the difference. So 45,760 minus $10,000. So additional paid in capital for the common stock is 35,760. Okay, so that's how we calculate how much to be assigned to the preferred stock and how much to be assigned to the warrants. Okay, when the company attaches a warrant to its preferred stock. And that's how we prepare the journal entry at the time the warrants are. Thank you for watching.